Heyo. Alright, another Wednesday, another movie review. What did we see this week, Kaleigh?
Jurassic World.
About time, #1 movie in America, and we saw it 2 weeks late. Yeah. So,
not our
with
fault.
With the times. We tried to see it last week, but it was sold out when we tried to, because it's the #1 movie in America. Okay, initial thoughts.
It was good. I'm glad we saw it.
Okay, so let's just give it our ratings, and then we'll give our thoughts about it really quick.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Maybe 7.5.
I'm gonna give it a B. Solid B.
I feel like we gotta be on the same scale, dude.
Okay, 8.
Cool. It doesn't make sense, because like, what if your B is like a... Anyway.
It's a good movie. I feel like they... It's weird. Okay. I don't feel like they utilize Chris Pratt very well in this movie. Do you feel like they utilize Chris Pratt well in this movie?
I do not. I think he's a great actor. I think he can do funny and serious and all these different things. But you know what he did in Jurassic World? Boring.
Boring.
They wrote him a boring part.
He had a Tom Cruise part in this movie.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I just wish they would have done more because he's so good. And he's like on a roll right now with movies. Like,
well, he's still on a roll. Like, this movie isn't going to look bad on his career.
Definitely. It definitely like came out swinging, but
he did well in like the action scenes and stuff, so he can carry an action movie, which we already knew because of Guardians of the Galaxy. Have you seen that yet?
No, I don't really want to. I'm like not into superhero movies. It's like a thing about me. Whatever. All my friends love them, but
it's
whatever.
Not. I will say Guardians of the Galaxy is less superhero movie than other ones. I don't know. Maybe your heart will soften. Maybe your heart will soften at some point, and we can watch that. I was annoyed constantly by characters in this movie.
Yeah, the only character that didn't either piss me off, bore me to death. Those are the only 2 kinds of characters, actually. Yeah. Besides I didn't mind the little boy.
Really? Because I thought he was really annoying.
I think he's really smart, and he handled everything like his age would be. He was the only realistic character.
That's true. I guess I'm just annoyed by kids his age, then.
True.
Yeah. So, I was annoyed by his character, but I was supposed to be, so it's okay. It's like the action scenes in this movie and they handled the dinosaurs really well in this movie.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs are better characters than the human characters in this movie.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Those velociraptors had more personality than half the cast. And they didn't say a word. I mean, but we're saying all this stuff, but we did enjoy it.
It was a good popcorn
Let's bring
flick.
that back. Yeah,
it's a good
definitely. It's a movie I would buy. It's a movie I would watch with all my friends.
Right.
But...
And like, I was anxious the whole time, which like, that's a good Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, I jumped a lot. I definitely jumped a lot.
It's gory. It's really gory.
I liked it. I loved that, actually.
Like, they really embrace like the roots of Jurassic Park. Have you read any of the books for it?
No.
Okay, there's this scene. I don't know if it made it into a movie because I'm like having a hard time like picturing it. But this mama T-Rex in one of the books is like feeding this dude to her baby T-Rexes, and they go into excruciating detail how he's being fed to these baby T-Rexes and everything. She like breaks his leg so he can't run away, and like so the babies can feed on him better.
It's gross.
It's really, really gross. But like Jurassic Park is like a gross franchise.
Yeah.
It's like right at its roots.
Yeah. So that was good, I suppose.
Don't go into this movie expecting a sequel, like a traditional sequel. I'd say it's a sequel to Jurassic Park, but not to Lost World or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I think that the people who made it relied too heavily on the franchise's name.
Yeah.
And the director, I actually was reading an article about this, but I was hoping it wasn't true when we went and saw it, but I don't think he took it as seriously as he should have.
Okay.
Like, I think that it's like kind of one of those things where you ride the coattails of the rest of the franchise, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, it was totally still successful, but I think that's a huge part of why it was successful. Like, if this was a brand new movie out of like no franchise, it was just out of the blue. This
movie couldn't exist on its own because it like.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, out of
No, for sure. No, it's like it doesn't have its own legs to stand on. Is what I think. What you're like it can't exist without Jurassic Park, which is what you're saying, and the movie doesn't have a soul. That's like really, it's like there's constant product placement, and I feel like the the entire movie feels like
Yeah, a sellout.
a sellout. Like,
for sure.
It's like if Jurassic Park sold out.
Yeah. Because of this movie, I'm never going to buy a Mercedes. Ever. I mean, I could probably never afford one, but let's be real. I'm just doing it out of spite now because every scene change, there's a Mercedes parked over in the corner, and it does that nice pan.
Right. And
right in front of the grill.
It rests just for like half a second too long.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's like a cover spread from a magazine. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like an ad from a magazine.
That's exactly what it is. Like, they're just setting it up for someone to take a picture and then stick it on a billboard.
It made me feel gross inside a little bit.
I felt like I was buying into this sellout.
I feel bad that I have a Samsung Galaxy because there's constant Samsung Galaxy product placement in this movie.
For sure.
I will say that the movie knows about its product placement because they kind of turn it into the plot. So I'll give them that. Like, they kind of incorporate it into the plot just a little bit because they like reference the fact that these dinosaurs and these exhibits are being sponsored by these companies.
Oh yeah, like Verizon Wireless brings you.
Right, or it's like in Chris Pratt's character, like or not Chris Pratt's character. Was it the dude with the in the control room? From New Girl, Larry. Was it Larry who was just like the Tostito Don, or
I don't even remember that.
Okay,
but no, I totally know what you mean.
Like
that's what it was. Like,
they kind of like wink and nod to it a couple of times, but it doesn't rescue how annoying the product placement is.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of movie that I only have negative things to say about it when I come out of it.
Yeah, because nothing happened.
Because nothing happened. It's like I'm tense and anxious the entire time, and I'm enjoying everything that I'm seeing, but it's all out of my head now that I'm out of it. Like, it's like a fireworks show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good analogy. But, I mean,
definitely go see it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't seen, we were like some of the last 2 people in the U.S., I think, to see, or in the world, to see this movie.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those people, just go see it. This is a movie that is meant to be enjoyed in the theater.
Yeah.
So,
and it was enjoyable. We've had a lot of negative things to say about it, but
it's like
I'll watch it again.
Right. It's like it can only generate negative discussion about it, but it's like I had a positive experience watching it.
Yeah, that's literally it summed up.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Jurassic World, there you go. See ya.
In a nutshell. In a
dinosaur eggshell.
Yeah. See you later.
See you Friday.